That is a song called In a Sentimental Mood by Duke Ellington. And a few years ago, I was making these videos doing this. So I realized just a few days ago, I never actually made a video teaching you guys how to play that 2 octaves higher. Now, when I was on cruise ships, we had an arrangement of this song, and I would save the 2 octave higher bit at the very end. There was this long cadenza. I used to milk it more and more after every time. And at the very end of it, I used to play this. And then the band would come in with a big hit right there. Here we go. I'm going to show you guys how to play that head part, the melody part, up 2 octaves. So here are the fingerings that I use. Okay, so for that scale, I start on Altissimo G, which is 1 in the high F sharp key. At the end of this, I will show you an alternate way of playing Altissimo G if you do not have a high F sharp key. But you got to promise me you're not going to scoop into that G because it sounds ridiculous. It's a very, very difficult note to hit. It is one of the primary reasons why I prefer a tenor saxophone, really any saxophone for that matter, that has a high F sharp key. So 1, high F sharp key in order to play Altissimo G. 2, 3, and G sharp in order to play Altissimo A. This is a very stable fingering. It is not the most stable, but I never play this with 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I just never play it that way because of the note I'm going to next, which is going to be an Altissimo B, which I play with the C key and the E flat key. Now, in Sirvalorsax's terminology, palm D is 0, the E flat key is -1. So this is the 2 finger and -1. You don't need the C key, the 2 finger, but it helps to keep that note from going crazy sharp. From there, I go to Altissimo D, which is the front, Altissimo E, 5. With using this 5, you can play 4, 5, or 6, but really all you're doing is just pressing the bis key. You can play Altissimo E with just the bis key, but this is horrifyingly impractical. Whenever I am in sharp keys, I generally tend to use 5 for Altissimo E. And then it goes to double Altissimo G, which is 2 and 3, double Altissimo A, the 1 key. So then on the way down, we got da 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 da. So we got G, 2, 3, A, back to G, which is 2 and 3, and now we have Altissimo F sharp. I play this with -1, which is the E flat key, and the side E. So Altissimo F sharp is just like palm E, but without the D key. And then back to E, which is 5, D, and then when I go to B, I actually switch fingerings. I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I am overblowing the middle D in order to play Altissimo B. And then you got B to E. I like to go from this B natural, scoop into the E from the D. And then when you go down, I play that B flat A, that little bluesy section. Remember that really stable A, which was just like G sharp with the first finger up. I call this a vented G sharp. Just like G sharp with the first finger up is vented in my terminology. With the palm D, that gives you a really nice, stable Altissimo B flat. When you're going from this fingering coming down, you got to be really careful not to overclock that G. Hey! whether you have a high F sharp key with the 1 on your saxophone or not, coming down, your embouchure is probably going to be a bit too tight, and it's really easy to crack that G. It's an easy note to crack anyway, but since we've been up in the Altissimo register, using more embouchure pressure, now I want to start on that G again and play that arpeggio. I play G, 1, high F sharp key, to B natural, E flat key, and 2, D, front, and then F sharp, again, that same fingering, E flat key, and side E. And then it goes to E, ba, down, E to C. So E is 5 again. Altissimo C, 1, 3, and 4. What I call a split F. Split in the terminology that I created means the fingering with the 2 finger up. Vented is the fingering with the 1st finger up. So you can add the E flat key because that note might be a little bit on the low side. And then from there to a different fingering for a high F sharp. For high F sharp, I use the bis B flat with the high F sharp key. This makes it really easy for me to get from F sharp to G. You just slide, work on that slide. Work to get your bis B flat to 1 slide clean. Here it's really easy, just piece of cake, man. Piece of cake, man. I do have an affiliate link with Woodwind Brasswind. If you are interested in picking up some saxophones or saxophone related products, be sure to check out the links below for some amazing discounts. So if you do not have a high F sharp key on your saxophone, you can use the 1, add the G sharp. This G sharp adds a phenomenal amount of stability, and also you want to add the side B flat. This is a little kooky. I rarely ever use this fingering to play Altissimo G. So if you're going to start that, add your side B flat. Just don't scoop into it. On the way down, you have the. So for an alternate F sharp to G fingering, when you're playing the, you can use 1, 3, 4 with the E flat key in order to play high F sharp. And then from there, you can go to 1, 2, 3, 4 and side C in order to play Altissimo G. Be careful on that Altissimo G using this fingering, 1, 2, 3, 4 and side C. It wants to creep out a nice multiphonic, but it also wants to run really sharp. And coming from the Altissimo stuff, your embouchure is going to tend to be very tight. So make sure that that note doesn't fly off the handle. If I had a saxophone that didn't have a high F sharp key, that's the way I would play that. Sirvalorsax merchandise is available, ladies and gentlemen. I got the piece of cake shirt that's out, ladies and gentlemen. I do have the new ones that are out also. I got some women's attire. I got some bucket hats. I got some dad hats that are available. And I got my Sirvalorsax mugs that are also available. Also, I have some links to Amazon for stuff that ain't mine, that I just think is cool. And of course, I have my Altissimo books for for alto, tenor. I have my Diminished scales book. It's also got some Altissimo stuff in it, and absolutely, most definitely, the most requested of all, my saxophone sound development book that is also available. Check out these links. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. Thanks for tuning in. See ya. If you like this kind of content and you want to support the channel, if you want to help the channel grow, you can buy me a piece of cake. It's like a Kickstarter, Patreon type of program, but you make a small donation and every little bit helps a lot. Thank you.